Say hi.
Am I live?
Yeah, you're live.
Michael,
I'm slow.
what happened to the intro? Hi.
It said go live, so I hit the button.
Oh my gosh.
It's gonna be today.
Welcome. This seems about right for today. Hello. Sorry about that. Mike was supposed to have a little intro, so I was standing here waiting for the intro to pop up. No intro. Welcome. I'm glad you're wonderful.
Sometimes I'm not so techy either.
We're off to a great start. Is that on the screen? Are these the same? I see more over on my YouTube. Anyway, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Welcome everyone. Yeah, I could start over, but no, I'm going to get this going. Get this going. Welcome everyone. I'm glad you're here. I know this is a weird time to go live, but I'm just trying to fit it in with everything that's going on. Back to school is always such fun. Hello, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, you know, we're not so fancy in these parts. Welcome. Yeah, it's weird. They're not the same. Anyway, yeah, so today I'm doing a little bit of everything. There have been a few things that I've gotten a lot of questions about. 1, 2, 3 things in particular that I've gotten questions about, wanting to learn more. So I'm going to cover those first. And then, well, no, 4 things actually. And then I will get into making a card and also how I'm doing ink swatches these days, because a lot of people ask about that. So this is going to be all over the place. So I'll start out by just showing you some things that people have asked about, and then we'll get into creating. Welcome. I don't know. Up here I have what do we use? Ecamm is feeding, and over here I have what YouTube's feeding, and it just looks different. I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. If you have any questions, please put question in capital letters so that Mike can catch it and hit me over the head during it, because clearly we don't have our act together. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Thank you. Brianne is here too. Brianne Loveland. I think I saw her. Our Link Ninja is in the comments. Brianne is really good about finding things people ask about and putting them in the chat. So always watch for Brianne's name, because she's always got good information to share. Lisa asks, what is happening with Hero Arts core ink and cardstock? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think it just needs to be restocked, but I think it's sticking around. At least I know the ink is sticking around. Okay. All right. So again, if you're just popping in, I will be covering a few things that people have asked questions about, and I'm going to try to answer as much as I can, and then I'm going to dive into creating. Thanks. Where are you guys going? Okay. All right. All right. What? Thank you. Okay. The first thing that I've been getting a lot of questions about are these 2 things. I won't spend a whole lot of time talking about these, but people have been asking, and I feel like I need to talk about it a bit. So these are 2 products from Spellbinders. This is the Crafty Advent Calendar for 2025. Every day for the 24 days leading up to the holidays, you have, thank you, thank you. Lila just crocheted something for Betsy. Betsy, you're here. I'll give it to you on Wednesday. Anyway, so this is the Crafty Advent Calendar for this year. Here's the thing. I'm not allowed to open them. I'll get in trouble with Spellbinders because they want to keep it a surprise. They're going to do like a slow reveal in a few weeks. So I'm not allowed to show you, but I have peeked inside. You can see these are open. I have peeked inside, so I know some of the things that are in here. And because I wanted to be able to have an idea of what's included to make sure it's something that I would really like. This is the 2025 version, okay? Included in here are some stamps, little stamp sets, little dies, embossing folders, embellishments, and more, okay? So it's not a chintzy thing. It's really packed full of a lot of good stuff. And the dies aren't like just one solid die. They're like lots of pieces that you can put together, like Spellbinders is known for. So this is the 2025 2025 version, and it's available now. A lot of people have been asking if I could show it. I'm not allowed. However, Mike, can you put up the, well, here, I've also got it here. I can just show it here. Never mind, Mike. Here are just like some peaks that they have. If you look, there's like a long embossing folder here. Here is like a fish in a little fish bowl. So it's not just like a, you know, one shape. It's layering. There's a stamp set, there's some dies, there are more layering dies. So there's a lot in here, so the value is really good. This is the 2025. It's available now, but keep in mind, if you didn't get the 2024 version of this, it's now on deep discount, and I have links to both in my description below, okay? So last year's version I used in videos, and it's fantastic. If you missed it, that's a great value because it's on sale now. This is the new version. This is the 2025 version, okay? Can you scroll it, Mike? The other thing that Spellbinders now has is the 12, so this is 24 days. This is 12 days of Stitchmas. So this is for you who like to stitch like I do on your cards. I'm not allowed to show anything, but there are 12 days here, and you just peel open the day, like I have one here, and inside are the dies. Ooh, I hope you didn't see that. The dies that are for creating stitched elements for your cards. Now, I can't show you this year's. Okay, let me show you. This is, but here is a peek. See, look at this. It's a cupcake layering die set. Do you see that? And you can stitch it or not stitch it. You don't have to stitch. But see how that's all one day. So it's not chintzy. There you can see, look at this nutcracker. Okay, hold on. Can you see the nutcracker there? Isn't he cute? That's one day. Okay, and you can see you can add stitch elements or you can skip the stitched elements. It's completely up to you. All right, so all of those dies right there are included in one day to make this nutcracker. All of these dies are included one day to make this cupcake. So it's not a flimsy product, if that makes any sense. So these are the 2025, but remember the 2024 versions are on sale right now. These are some of the stitch pieces I made from the 2024 version. So this is not this year's, this is last year's. This is the 2024 version that's on sale, but just gives you an idea. So this was a sentiment, can it focus? A sentiment where there was some stitching. This was a Santa, and you can see you can stitch them, which I did some stitching on this one, but this one I skipped the stitching, so you don't have to stitch it, okay? Here's a snowman. I did the stitching on this, but you don't have to. Like, I don't know if you can tell here. If you can tell, like in the cupcake bottom here, the stitching portion that cuts the little holes is separate from the outline, so you don't have to make it a stitched element. And there's a star and an ornament. So these were from 2024 Stitchmas, so that's on discount right now. All of that is linked in the description below. Jean asked, are the stitch dies beginner friendly? Yes, I feel like these are good for beginners because you can see the stitching is pretty simple. It's not like some big complicated background. All right, and there will be examples on the Spellbinders website, and I'm hoping to use it too. Somebody asked if thread is included. No thread is included, but if you go to Spellbinders and search on Stitchmas, there is like a kit that they came out with last year that has everything you need to get into stitching, and that would go really well with this. But I have done many stitching videos, and so you can get some ideas. Really, you just need some inexpensive DMC 6-ply floss and a needle. That's it. That's it. Mike, let me know if there's any questions that pop up. So again, these two 2025 are available now, but the 2024 is available on sale. And that is all linked on the top of my YouTube description. By the way, at the top of my YouTube description, and I'll put it here in the chat, there is a link that has the word live in it. I'll put it in the chat right now. And if I can find it, where is it? Okay, here we go. that link that has the word live in it, if you click that and open it up to a new window, you can scroll down and see all of the things I talk about. And at the bottom are thumbnails for all this stuff that makes it easier to find. You can also look in the YouTube description, some of it's there, but you'll be able to see all this down there. Question, could these be cut from felt? Yes, you can cut from felt. I cut from felt all the time. You may, depending on what machine you're using, want to put a piece of extra cardstock in there as a shim to put a little more pressure. But yes, you can cut from felt. If you want to stitch these from felt, because these are smaller, what I recommend doing is actually, what I like to do, well, I don't know. Yes, you can cut these from felt. Stitching from felt with these, I don't know. There are, hold on, I'm getting just making sure it's not one of the companies. Anyways, okay, here's the thing about stitching on felt. You can cut these from felt. Any die will cut felt. However, there are dies that are meant to be stitched on paper. And there are dies that are meant to be stitched on felt. The difference is where the holes are located, how big the holes are, and how close they are. So if you go to Spellbinders, you will find like Nicole has a line of dies that are meant for stitching on felt. Pashta Design has incredible dies that are meant for stitching on felt. You can also stitch those on paper too, but the holes are just the right size, spaced enough, and not as close to the edge so it won't tear the felt when you stitch. These are meant to be cut more on paper. If you want to cut these from felt and stitch with felt, what I like to do is cut like one of the die cuts from paper, cut the same thing from felt and put them together. Just hold them together while you stitch. And that paper behind the felt will keep those little holes from tearing as you stitch. Is the Spellbinder, these are available, I believe, on the UK website on Spellbinders. If you are in Europe, go to the Spellbinders UK website. It's up in the top right, and you should be able to switch to that. Is there a specific size needle that should be used? Let me see. Spellbinders, if you go to the Spellbinders website and you search on needles, the first one that comes up is a tapestry size 22. That will work for it.
Yeah, someone added that.
Oh, somebody put 22 needle. Yes, 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 yes. All right. Any other questions about these? I wish I could show you what was inside. I don't want to get in trouble with Spellbinders because they're friends of mine. But these are great values. I just wanted to, because people have been asking what's inside, I just wanted to say they aren't like just a simple heart die or, you know, everyone isn't a packet of like, I don't know, something small. There's a good mix of things in the Advent one, and the Stitchmas is all dies. Yes, they are on the UK website. Yes, they're beautiful. And so each day pops open, so you can, I can't show you. But what's cool is on the inside of the door here, underneath my left hand, is an image of what's included. So if it's like a layering die set, when you open it up, you can really see right away. I'm not sure when the reveal is on these, but once the reveal starts happening, I'll probably go live with it because I think not only is it fun, but it is a great value in the end because so much is included. Yes, Spellbinders does have an add-on set with the thread and the needles and some cardstock. Mike, let me see if I can find it. What it's called. Yes, it's called the 12 days. Oh, it's on sale too. It's on half off. I will add it to my supply list that is over on that live page that I have linked. It's called the 12 Days of Stitchmas Stitch Along Add-on Kit. And in that you have the needles you need, floss that you, or the thread that you stitch with, the floss. There's some cardstock and some other little accents and stuff, but that would be great with this. Yeah, so, Tracy said, another great buy, you won't be disappointed. Yes, 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 yes.
You say when the reveal is?
I don't know when the reveal is. You know what? I do know. Hang on. I'll look it up. I think I can. I'm not showing anything, so I don't think I'll get in trouble for that. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, come on. The reveal, it looks like they're starting September 23rd. Looks like September 23rd, so a little bit later in September. I do not believe, there was a Halloween version of this called Craftoween. I think that's sold out. I don't believe they'll restock that again. Can you scroll? All right, and I am a big fan of these stitching dies, and these are great, right? These are fun. But these are available now. Yeah, aren't those, this is beautiful. I want a die set like that. Okay, so a lot of people are asking about that. I wanted to mention it. I want it for the Nutcracker. I'm excited about that little Nutcracker. I'm a big fan of Nutcrackers. So these are linked below. They do sell out quickly. Yeah, they do sell out quickly. But I think they got more of the 2024 later in the season, and those now are available at a discounted rate. Oh, I'm sorry. These can be ordered now, but the reveal of what's inside the doors doesn't happen until like the 23rd on YouTube. Yeah. Okay. All right, so that was the first thing I've been getting a lot of questions about. So I wanted to mention that. I like Nutcrackers too. I love assembling them because you can change how they look. You can change their skin color. You can change the color of their outfit. I just think they're fun. Yeah, Spellbinders has been rocking it lately. That's okay. Oh, yes. So, yes, that's a good point. Beth said the Stitchmas is more of a holiday theme, but there are some things that can be used non-holiday, whereas the Advent calendar has non-holiday stuff in it. So it's not like if you waited to open this till the holiday season, you can still use it because it has non-holiday product in it. This has mostly holiday, but you can kind of mix it up. Okay? Hello, I'm glad. Yeah, so it's a surprise, but you could also wait and hope that it doesn't sell out and wait to see what's inside. Okay, so that was the Spellbinders Advent Calendar and Stitchmas. The 2025 is available now. Last year's is available at a discount, and those are linked in the YouTube description below. And if you are over on Spellbinders right now doing any kind of shopping, I have information in the YouTube description and on that live page. They have a big BOGO sale right now, which is buy one, get one free. So they have pages and pages of products that if you buy one, you get one free. And that's just, who couldn't use that right about now, right? So they have even some holiday products from previous years that are on sale. So be sure to check that out. And Spellbinders, I think they have free US shipping on like $100 or more. So it's good to think about all that included. Brienne just put a link in the chat to my live page. I really encourage you to click that because on that live page I have all the deals with images at the top, and then if you scroll to the bottom there are thumbnails of everything, and if we add anything during this live, it'll show up on there. The YouTube description is very limited. Yeah, their BOGO sales are great. So Spellbinders has a BOGO sale right now, and Hero Arts also has one. Those are both linked below. So be sure to check out the Hero Arts BOGO sale also. All right. Okay, Mike, can you scroll it? And I think at the end of this, I might give away an Advent calendar or Stitchmas.
Do you have another one?
No, but I can order one.
There we go.
Why not?
Good idea.
I have something else I want to give away too. Yeah, I like the stitching dies too. Spellbinders and Hero Arts is very generous with sales. I know that crafting supplies are not bargain bin stuff, right? And times are tough. So if you're looking to build up your stash but save some money, Spellbinders and Hero Arts always have great sales, very generous sales. I think the Spellbinders BOGO sale ends soon, but the Hero Arts one just started. I think it's good through next Friday.
Spellbinders is through tomorrow.
Spellbinders is through tomorrow. But again, in my YouTube description below, it says Spellbinders BOGO sale, and you click that and it takes you to all of them. Okay, that brings me to Hero Arts. I did a post about the Hero Arts workshop that's coming up, and I got a lot of questions. So I thought I would go ahead and show you right now what's included in that workshop. Yeah. Okay, so I try to pull together all the sales and share all the ways to save because I know that's important to us all. Also, it helps the companies too. So it's a win-win for everyone. That's why I do that Crafty sales page on my website, and I try to share things here. Okay, so the next thing I had posted about a few days ago is the Hero Arts Handmade Holiday Workshop. Now, I have done Hero Arts class events for many years now, and the thing I really like about the Hero Arts classes is they're just chill. They're very comfortable, they're very inviting, they're very approachable. The community and the chat is really positive. It's like one of the most chill, comfortable classes that you can take. And now they are doing like this box for their workshop. So you can have everything to create what the teachers create. So there are 5 or 6 teachers, I think maybe 6 teachers, and I'm one of them. And let me see when it is. I don't even know when it is. This is how it's October 18th. It's a virtual all-day event on October 18th. However, you can watch it anytime. The content will be available anytime. There are 5 teachers, including me, and we're gonna just show you lots of techniques. That's one of the really cool things about the Hero event is there are techniques included, but they're very chill and approachable. It's just a good vibe. So I had posted about it and people were asking what the product is. So they said I could show in here what's included in the box. Now I'm not allowed to show you in here. These are the class projects. I'm not allowed to show that, because that would spoil what we're doing in class. But I'm allowed to show the different products included. I'm gonna skip to the cardstock first. This is, and by the way, the workshop is linked in the YouTube description below. And I think do you get free shipping at $100 at Hero Arts, Mike? I think this will have free US shipping. First of all, in here is cardstock. Beautiful, let me just open it so you can see the colors. These are the colors that we'll be using in class. There's a piece of vellum in here. This is called the Cool Yule Assortment. It's included in the box, but if you want more of this, you can buy a pack of this separately too. They have that of it, but it's included. And this is the Spellbinders Hero Arts cardstock. So this is the good stuff. I've talked about Spellbinders cardstock in the past. I like it because it's heavyweight and it's smooth. It's smooth so you can blend, stamp, and foil on it even better. All right. Then in here, let me get out. Let me open all this. I saved this to open for you all. This is a record die set. So it's kind of this kind of cool Yule music theme to it. This is like a record die set. And what's cool is it folds into like a pocket and you can have the record come out and that can be your little card. So you could have like a circle shaped card or just an element in there. There is also a layering stencil that allows you to do this kind of look. I'm not going to show a whole lot here because, I mean, you can go back and watch it. I just wanted you to kind of have an idea of what there is. Then there is another layering stencil set. This one I have a fun technique for. Then there are stamp sets and, oh, sorry, let me show you this. This layering stencil goes with this die set. So that makes it super easy to use. So I love this card front and you can stamp the different messages on there using the coordinating stamp set. I love that it's different. How big is this? Let me look. So this is, well, hold on. That is 1, 2, 3, 4.5 by 4.5, roughly. Okay, so the circle is 1, 2, 3, 4 inches. So this would fit nicely into, let's see, hold on. Oh, no, 4.25. Okay, so hold on, it's 4.25 by 4.25. So this would fit into a regular envelope. Here's an important thing. This is important to say. If you mail a square card, it's going to cost you more postage if it's a square envelope. The machines don't like square envelopes. However, if you take this square card that's 4.25 by 4.25 and put it in a regular A2 envelope, it doesn't cost more. So this would fit in a regular A2 envelope. So you've got this layering stencil that works with this. Look how cool that is. This would even be cool just for like a pattern. It doesn't have to be a record. This goes to stamp on the sentiment. Have a swinging Christmas, 'tis the season for dancing, cue the holiday music or holiday tunes. Then there are a couple other that kind of go along with the same theme, and there are coordinating dies for those. Lots of coordinating dies, wow. Even the sentiments. And then this, I love this, have a cool Yule. So it has the words and then the shadow so you can get that look. Can you scroll it, Mike?
Is it a class where you have to...
Yeah, it's a workshop. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you scroll it for me?
Yeah.
And then also in here we have some inks that match the cardstock. I love Hero Arts Core inks. They're unicorn white, which you've seen me use in many videos. And then they're shimmer mist. Let me see, I think this is the white shimmer mist. Yeah, postage is tough, right? But it's cheaper than flying. This is white iridescent mist. So this is great for splatter because it'll have some sparkle to it, but there'll be some fun techniques in class. Yeah, the dies aren't connected anymore. All right, so this is the Hero Arts Handmade Holiday Workshop. It's a nice value for everything you get, and I'll be part of it. A lot of people were asking about that, what was included, and I wanted to be able to show that. They said I could show it. I love this box too. This would be fun to cut, to actually wrap. You could like cut this off and put a bow right here where it says workshop, and that would be a great package for a gift. All right. Okay, any questions about this package before I move on? Because that was something I was getting a lot of questions about. Yeah, Leanne, I'm with you. I like to fly places too. Did I say cheaper than wine? Did I say cheaper than wine?
I thought cheaper than flying. But...
Flying. It's cheaper than flying. It's cheaper than wine too. But I figure it's cheaper to...
Flying there yourself to deliver it.
Right. Yeah. To mail a card for $1.25 or whatever than it is to fly somewhere to deliver your card. That's what I mean. That's what I meant. Not wine. The cost of the class, I'm not sure. It's in the YouTube description below. All right. But it includes the kit and the classes that you can take anytime. But it's October 18th is when the live version is.
It's 119 right now.
All right. And then you can get, I think it's free shipping over 100. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's all right in the top of the YouTube description. Okay. So that's the Spellbinders Advent and Stitchmas and their BOGO sale, Hero Arts BOGO sale, and the Hero Arts class. Stacy asked, when is the next OCC? Okay, OCC is online card classes that I do with Christina Werner, and we do classes that are very affordable, and you can use the products you have for the techniques that we teach, but we also have a bundle available that's optional if you want to use the exact same things we do. We have one coming up. We have a holiday one coming up. I'm not sure of the launch date. Mike, can you text Christina? Mm-hmm. See, Christina's she's the grown-up of the two of us. I'm older than her, but she's the grown-up and knows all the dates. She keeps track of all that stuff. So I'm not sure about the dates. Kathy said the Advent link goes to Waffle Flower. Can you fix that?
Okay.
Mike will fix that.
I think there's multiple links to that on the page.
Yeah. So there will be a new OCC coming. If you didn't take last year's a holiday online card class. It was one of the best ones we ever did. The things the teachers did was outstanding. The products Christina designed that are optional were outstanding. It was great. And we did it, they were classes that you could, in the class, they were cards that were designed so that you could make multiples. And I think we did 4 of each card. And if you did the whole class, 4 of each card that we taught, you ended up with an obscene number of cards for the holidays. Allison said, last year's was amazing. Good, good. Yeah, they're really fun. They're really fun. But I promise to let you know when the OCC class becomes available. Thank you, Trish. I appreciate that. Yeah, OCC is fun. It's just hard to coordinate schedules, but Christina's always on vacation. She's always traveling. She was in Europe last week, and she's coming here next weekend. So there we go. Okay. Okay. So that's the first thing I want to cover. The next thing I wanted to cover, and then I'll start creating, I promise, is a few weeks ago, I did a video showing the Pearblossom Press A2 tea ruler. And I showed in that video all the ways this tea ruler is fantastic. This A2 one is meant for finding like the halfway point on an A2 card or the third points. There is also, if you flip it over, a way to use it for matting. That is fantastic. And when I did a video showing this, people went crazy about it. It's fantastic. I use it all the time. And they were begging for an A7. And I wanted to let you know the A7 version is now available. So this is for 5x7 cards. It works in the exact same way as the A2. I'm not going to go into how this works today because I did a live where towards the end of it, I went into deep dive with the things you can do with this tea ruler. It's inexpensive and it's not your normal tea ruler. The A7 will work the same way, but with a 5x7 card. So I put a link in the YouTube description to these Pearblossom Press Cardmaker tea rulers. And underneath, right next to that, I put a link to the video where I demonstrated how to use the A2 version. I just wanted to let you know the A7 version is available now. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. Yeah, the A7 is fantastic. I mean, let me just show you briefly. Let me show you briefly. Hang on. Okay, so this is the A2 version. You can see it works great for a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This is 5x7. So you can see this works. Is this 5x7? No, this isn't. This is an A6. Hang on. I lied to you. This is a 5x7. Okay, so you can see how this works well with it. And with these red dots, like right here, if I hold the tea ruler here, I'll do this with a Sharpie quick, and I put a little dot here where the pink is, that pink dot right there, and then I go and turn it and draw a line there, that's the halfway point, which is very helpful, right? Or you can do this pink dot and this pink dot, and those are the third points. So this line and this line break the background into thirds. Then you can also do the same thing this way. Okay, so you can use these marks in different ways, and then you can make sure things are straight. Then on the other side, there is a way that you can hold it to the edge and then be able to line up a mat so you get even a mat around it, like even distance around the edge. I show that in that live video that I have linked below. Okay, I'm not going to do it today because I have some other things I want to show, but I wanted to let you know the A7 version is available. I promised you all I would let you know. What?
So the OCC registration opens October 3rd. Class dates are November 10th through 14th.
Okay, first of all, hold on. On this, the pink dot, well, okay, so there is also the measurements. Like here, I can't go through it all right now, but you can see like the 0 mark is the center here. Okay, so you can do that. I mean, there's many different things about this. And I promise, in my YouTube description below, there's a link to a video. And if you watch that video, Brian just put a link in the YouTube description, or in the chat. If you watch that video towards the end, I show you all the ways to use one of these. And I just wanted to let you know the A7's available. It's inexpensive, small business, small family business, good people. I just wanted to let you know that this was available. And I promise I'll use it in a video and show you how to do it in the future. But I just wanted to answer some questions and also show you this that I promised I would let you know about. This is from Pearblossom Press. Okay, and that's linked in the YouTube description below. All right. Bonnie said it's a great video. She explains it all. Thank you. Yeah, there's no black dot for the center point. There's a 0. It just, there's all kinds of different things with it. I promise. It's not, did I say Simon Says Stamp? It's not Simon Says Stamp. It's Pearblossom Press. All right. Okay, so I just wanted to let you know that's available. Now, let's play. I do have one more question to address, but it's going to be in with what I create. Okay, and Mike just said, did Christina reply?
Yep.
Okay, Christina replied, registration for the upcoming OCC holiday class is October 3rd. Is that right?
Yep.
And then when is class?
November 10th through 14th.
November 10th through 14th. Okay, November 10th through 14th. Maybe I showed this wrong. I think I showed this wrong, and that's why people are upset here. I was supposed to do the 0 mark here, not the pink mark, the 0 here, and that gives you the half. I did that wrong before. Oh, and I'm not even showing you. I did this wrong before. For the halfway point here, you find the 0 and put a mark there and then draw a line. That's the halfway point. I messed you up. Anyway, so those are the OCC class. I promise we'll let you know when the OCC registration opens up and also what the products are that Christina designed. The way we do OCC classes now is you can sign up for the class. It's very affordable. It's like under $30 usually. And you can take it and use the products you have on hand with the techniques we teach. And we have a Facebook group and we see lots of people who use their own supplies and create great things. And we encourage them to share them. Because a lot of people want to do exactly what the teachers do, we've started putting together a bundle of products that Christina designs that the teachers will use in class. And you can either buy that bundle or buy individual things. So whatever you're interested in. We like to have all those different options. And all that will be available. It's a great way to do classes. Yeah, OCC is an exceptional value. It really is, because we make sure, we insist that the teachers teach techniques that can be done with a variety of products, not just the particular one we're using, if that makes any sense. Okay, yeah. Just looking here. Can you scroll back just a little? I thought I saw a question. Where do you find the site to buy the rulers? If you look on my YouTube description below, you'll see Pearblossom Press, Cardmakers tea rulers, and it'll take you to the site and you'll have a choice between A2 and A7. OCC is online card classes. That's what I do with Christina Werner. And our holiday class will go up for registration on October 3rd. Yes, that will be a holiday theme, a winter theme class. And yes, we will do a class with Gina in 2026. People are asking about that. Yeah. I know I'm sharing lots of random things here, but these were all things that I have been getting questions about and I wanted to be sure to address, and now we'll create some. OCC classes are always available for replay. Our first class that we did like 13 years ago is still available. Yeah. Do you still plan on showing us how you store your ink pads? Yeah, I do, Colleen. I do. I will do that. I will do that soon, I promise. This year has been a tough one for Jennifer. All right. Okay. Next, I'm going to jump into Waffle Flower. I was getting a lot of questions about a new product Waffle Flower has and what I thought of it. So I thought I would use it today and make a card with it, and also show you how I'm going to change up my ink swatches. Okay, so I'm going to first show you the product that everybody has been asking me about. Yes, I promise. The product everybody's been asking me about. I'll demonstrate it. Then I'm going to show you how I plan to use it in my ink swatches and on a card. Okay, so it's a little random, but it's a Saturday. I hope you all have a cocktail. It's almost 5 o'clock. Yes, Waffle Flower is fantastic. Now, I told you about the Spellbinders and Hero Art sales. I told Nina at Waffle Flower that I was going to be using these products today, and Nina is the biggest hearted human, and she said, what about a discount code for your friends? Can you put up the Waffle Flower sale? This is fantastic. She is giving 10% off what she's calling the Stenciling Fun Collection. Waffle Flower is a company, one of the best companies. I love working with their product. I use it a lot. Her Stenciling Fun Collection includes her brushes, her grip mats, some ink swatching things that I'm going to do. It's a bunch of stuff. So if you look at the top of my YouTube description, you'll see the information under like special offers or something, the Waffle Flower Stenciling Fun Collection link. You can open that and you'll see lots of things are included, and you get 10% off using my code, and that is through the end of the 7th. All right, so I'm going to show you there's actually 2 things I've been getting a lot of questions about, and they're included on the sale. So I'm going to start by showing you those 2 things first, and then we'll start creating. All right, the first thing that I've been getting a lot of questions about is the grip mats. Yes, Waffle Flower has had many grip mats over the years, and Nina is one of the smartest business owners that I've ever met. She's a really wise woman, and she keeps improving on her products. She always does. She always improves on her products, and she's the one who always, like, she'll come out with a product and then have lots of options that go with it. So there are, like, for example, you've seen me use her postage collage die, and there are lots of stencils that work with it. She keeps coming out with more so that you can get more value from the products you originally invested in. I appreciate that Waffle Flower does that. Well, so she's recently come out with new versions of grip mats. It came out a few months ago. I've used them before, and I've been in videos, and I've switched to them for my everyday grip mat use. But I really wanted to explain it because a lot of people have been asking about the difference and the fact that they look black. They're not really black. I just want to show this briefly. All right, and these are 10% off. Okay, that's included in the sale. These are the newest Waffle Flower grip mats. They came out a few months ago. They are grip mats like we've used. Let me show you. See how it's clear? It's a clear grip mat. The difference with these new grip mats is they're grippier. Watch, I can actually pick this up by putting my hand on it. That's how grippy it is. It's grippier than previous grip mats. Let me see if I can get this one out. This is a previous grip mat, and it's sticky, but it's not as grippy as the new one. Okay, so this new version, the grip mat itself is clear. It's the backing that is black. And if you leave the backing on it, it shows the black through. So when you go to put like a stencil on it, let me grab a stencil, you'll be able to really see when it grips well. Oh, come on. Where did the stencil go that I had out earlier? Okay, so this is old Waffle Flower stencil, but watch, when you lay it down, when you press it down, see, I can see it's gripped. Whereas on the other clear mats that don't have that black option in the backing, you can't really see as well. You see it a little bit. It's just, you can see better with the black contrast behind it. But really the advantage of this is how much stickier it is. It's still made from the same material as clear stamps, but something has been modified in it to make it a little bit stickier. It's available in different sizes. I believe There is this size, which is meant to go in a Misty, which is 6.5 by 8.5. This size, which is like 9 by 11 or 7 by 11, which is big, which I've been using quite a bit. And then there's a smaller one that's meant to go in a mini Misty. So I appreciate that she has the different sizes so you can choose what works for you. Can you scroll it? So this 6.5 by 8.5 works well in a Misty. So what you can do is trim this, the acetate, not the grip mat, but the acetate, to fit in here so it's black behind it. Or you can do this. You can remove that black, which I plan to do with this one, and I'm going to stick it into my Misty and leave it there. That way I don't really need to use the magnet because I've got this good grip in it. I can keep this black if I want to take it out, but this one I'm going to put right into my Misty and I'm going to leave it there. So now there's a little bit of grip in here when I put my cardstock in, and now that's not moving, right? Instead of using a magnet. So it does have more grip. Can you hear that? It has more grip than previous grip mats. A lot of people have been asking about that. Does it curl 80-pound cardstock when you peel it off? Let's see. Here's 80-pound cardstock. Now let's put that on there. It does not rip paper. No, it does not rip paper. And when it gets like, you can see mine here is getting dirty. I need to clean it. I just spritz it with some water and wipe it with a dry cloth. I don't feel like it needs more. You can do some dish soap. In fact, on their website, they tell you how to wash it. I just never do that. All right, so let's peel this off. No curling. Can you scroll? It's not scrolling today, so you're gonna have to watch that for me, sorry. Now, so I have one of them in here. You can see I removed that black acetate. I can save this. Now, when you want to use cardstock and stencils, you can just do it in your Misty, or you can get a separate one. I have this separate one that I've been using. I have it in my drawer. It is the grippiest of the mats that I've used, and I keep the black backing on it. The grip mat's clear, but I keep the black backing on it because I find it's easier to see everything I'm doing. Could you gel print with the mats? It's different than a gel plate. Gel plates are much cushier. They're made of different material. So you know, this is like the material Clear Stamp is made of, so you know what it's like. But you can do lots of fun techniques on it, which I plan to do in a video soon. What is the advantage of a grip mat with more grip? For me, like if I put this here and I start ink blending, it won't want to move. Some of my older grip mats, it would want to move a bit. Or, I don't know if you've ever used an older grip mat in a stamping and like the Misty, and it will move a little bit. Like when you go to stamp on it, it might lift off. It doesn't lift off on here. Okay, this one is the one that fits in the Misty is 6.5 by 8.5, and it is on sale, 10% off with my code below. If you look at the top of the YouTube description and you click the category that's 10% off, these will show up. The grip mats and they look black in the picture, those are the ones that are extra grippy. I'm just looking at this. The question, what size mat goes in the mini Misty? Uh-oh, let me see. My computer's gonna die on me. I'm looking here, I'll tell you. They have one that goes in it. It is the 4 3/4 by 6 inches. That's the one that goes in the mini. Yes, if you go to the Waffle Flower website, you're right. Karen said, no, who said that? Bonnie said it. If you go to the Waffle Flower website, there is a video that describes that Nina does, who's the owner of Waffle Flower. There's a video describing how these grip mats are different than gel plates. They're very different. Let's see. Any other questions, Mike, about these grip mats? I'm going to use them so you'll see. Oh, this little logo right here, it doesn't interfere. Okay, there's like a little logo right here. It doesn't interfere, but if it bothers you, you can put it in upside down. The other side is completely flat, but it doesn't make a bit of difference. Yes, you can put this back on it, definitely. Why am I back? Be right back.
I don't know. Did something bump? Okay.
What's going on?
Nothing. You're good.
Ignore that. Something bumped.
I didn't hit anything.
Okay, Mike pulled up some questions I'm going to answer here. Yes, you can put the acetate back on anytime. I will talk about the big brushes in a moment. Gina's class will be in 2026. Okay, that's it. Okay, so I've been getting questions because I call it the black grip mat in my comments sometimes. It's not black. It's the acetate that it's stuck to is black, which is nice because you can leave it on there if you want. The difference, the real main difference with this new grip mat is that it is grippier. It's much grippier than the last ones, at least to me. All right, but listen, hold on. Let me say this. This is really important. If your grip mat that you have, that you're using, works for you, stick with it. You don't need to get another one. It's kind of like a car. If your car is still getting you from A to B, you're good, right? But if you're looking for something new or your car is driving you crazy getting from A to B, there's another option of, there's a newer model of car available. There's a newer model of grip mat available. So I'm just letting you know that because getting lots of questions, all right? So I have multiple Misties. Here's one that has the older grip mat in it. This one has the newer grip mat in it. And this one will work just fine, but you can see this doesn't grip. Like, do you see how, watch, I go to touch it to pick it up and you don't get as much stick as you do with this one. Listen, see? So it's just more grip. But if your old grip mat works for you, you're good. Everybody's talking about how they love my shirt. It is like 10 years old and I was gonna wear it once and donate it. Funny. All right. Yes, so please, if you prefer less grip, the version 2 of the grip mat, which is a little bit less sticky, that's on sale too. All of that is in the description below, okay? Yeah, I like this black printed acetate on the back. I really do. I think it just provides a nice contrast. Yes, if your grip mat starts to lose its stick, you can give it a good bath. If you go to the Waffle Flower website for the grip mats, it tells you what to do. But honestly, this is what I do. I have water. Don't use rubbing alcohol, but I have water and I do a little spray of water and then I take a dry cloth and that's all I do. If it needs a really good bath, once in a while I'll use a stamp cleaner, but I don't know that I would use it on the newer mat because I'm not sure the difference. I need to ask Waffle Flower. But they talk about using like a gentle dish soap and letting it dry. I'm too lazy. I don't like doing dishes. I don't want to do my grip mats too. That's good enough for me. Hi, Cecilia. I'm glad you're here. It is equally grippy on both sides. It's the same material on both sides. Yep. So if you wanted this to stick to your desk and not move while you're inking, just take this backing off both sides. Or another thing you can do is just cut the corners off. That's what I had done here. This is the older version, which comes with an acetate print or acetate piece that has the grid. Look, I cut the corners off that acetate so that it would still stick, but I didn't have to like pull it all off. If that makes any sense. So you can use this to stick on your desk, but I like to have it so I can rotate it. If you want to keep the black acetate stuck to your work surface, what I would do is I would take the black acetate off the back and cut it in a little bit. Just cut it in or the corners off so it's a little bit smaller than your mat, and that way the edge of your mat will stick to your desk, but most of it will be black on the back.
It sticks on there pretty good.
It does stick well. I mean, this sticks, look, sticks really well. And this is the biggest one, but you can see the 6.5 by 8.5 fits in the Misty, and it's also a good size. You don't have to get the super big one. Yeah, the corner idea works really well. Hi, Sharon. Okay, so that is the grip mat. The next thing that I'm getting a lot of questions about, and I'm gonna start creating with these, are the Big Mama brushes. What are these even called? I call them the Big Mama brushes.
What company?
Waffle
Flower. Yeah,
they're called the background blenders. Yep. I call them the Big Mama brushes. Ooh, Mike.
Yeah.
Can you get in my Amazon account
Yes, I can.
and find this container?
You
It
bought
is,
recently?
no, 9 by 3 if that helps. It's probably a makeup container. I don't know, I don't use makeup. What was the best plates to use for your die cutting machine? I need to replace mine. Brenda, what die cut machine do you have? Oh, somebody asked how I store my grip mat. I actually take this, I have a drawer full of blending brushes, and I just lay it on top of the drawer of the brushes. Because the back side, it doesn't matter. I just lay it there. I've been known to lay it on my chair too, because I don't sit. I don't, some people keep it in like a zipper pouch. I'm not putting it away. I use it every time I craft. So I just lay it on top of inside of a drawer.
Oh, found it.
Mary, I'm not sure about that. I'll have to check with Christina and I'll mention in my next live, okay? All right, so this is, Mike found the container. He's gonna add it to my supply list because I know people are gonna ask what container I'm using. It won't be in the YouTube description. You have to go to that link that's at the top of my YouTube description where it has the word live in it. And if you go to that page and scroll down, you'll see this container added to the supply list. You don't have to cover the top. You can, but I have it in a drawer. It's not going to get dusty, but you can. It comes with a piece of acetate on top. You can keep it there if you want. Okay. How do you prevent the Misty lid from pulling and warping the grip mat placed inside the Misty every time I open the Misty lid? Janine, I'll show that later as I craft, okay? Yeah, I just lay it there in a drawer. Okay, so I wanted to show you these Big Mama brushes. Now they come in a package like this, and there are 4 sets, I believe. 3 sets? 3 sets. There's one that has 3 or 4 brushes in it that are cream on the handle. Then there is one that has these colors in it, and it's called the reds. And then there is one set that has these in it, and I think it's called the greens. And you know, you can pick and choose what you prefer.
Cream, green, and red.
Cream, green, and red, yep. So these are brushes that are meant for backgrounds. And they solve something that I've always struggled with, and that's why I wanted to talk about them, because a lot of people are asking. I have this container, Mike put it on that live supply page, and that's what I'm putting mine in. But I think I saw on the Waffle Flower page, what they did is they cut like right along here, and they just have the brushes stored in the packaging that it comes in. And you can easily grab them out. So that's another option. That'd be free. The brush container is unavailable. Maybe there's a similar one available. Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
There are lots of brushes available in this world. There are lots of brushes, as you know, and I've used many of them. And I try to, in my videos, explain when I like to use certain brushes. I will say that I struggle most with brushes that are like the original ones where, how do you describe it? It's like a handle, and then you have to like brush like, you know, the brush sticks out. I struggle with those. I'm better with ones where it's like directly down. I have talked about like the Waffle Flower smaller brushes. Can you scroll? The Waffle Flower smaller brushes like this. These are really affordable because it has 2 ends. So you need half as many brushes. And by the way, these double-ended brushes are included on the 10% off that Waffle Flower is doing. I talk about these because the dual end, if you're looking to save, that's a good option. I also have shown Altenew brushes that I use often. Those work great. I talk about the Pink Fresh brushes when you want to get a light application. I've talked about the Big Mama Altenew brushes when you want to get a heavy application on the background. What I have discovered when playing with these brushes is it gets that missing spot, sweet spot that I have struggled with. And I'm going to show you that now. Now these are, I will be using Simon Says Stamp Positively Saturated ink today. You can use these with whatever inks you want. I think they work best with dye inks. In fact, I think all brushes work best with dye inks. I feel like foam applicators work best with pigment inks. But I'm going to demonstrate with Simon's inks. It's Stamp Timber, so I thought I would use these inks, but you can use whatever inks you want. I also am having a little bit of a love affair with the positively saturated inks, and I've been using them a lot. Mike is shaking his head. And I love the colors. Yeah, they're Big Mama. Now, I will tell you, there are a few things about this. One is, Nina does a video where she describes how they're best used. And I appreciate that Nina does that because she is the mastermind behind all of her products and she really knows what works best. And she talks about the best way to hold it is like this, with your thumb on top, and it gives you good control, okay? And when you ink up this brush, don't dab. Sometimes we do that, right? With this, you want to get ink on like all sides of the bristles. So I go swirl in one way and then I swirl in the other way. And that really loads a lot of ink on there. The descriptions in the YouTube description below will have the 10% off discount code and what's on sale at Waffle Flower. It's right at the top under like special offers or something.
I found something that looks like to be an alternative to that in the same shape.
Okay.
Size, so.
Mike found something similar and he's going to add that to the supply list. Okay. So what I like to do is, normally I would dab, but with this I go both ways. And with my inkstand, look at it, stays put, right? So I go both ways, and then always, if you want to make sure you don't have a harsh line when you come to the paper, dab it off on a surface. You can dab it on the ink lid or on like a glasswork surface, but dab off some of the extra. This is what's great about this brush. You can do that little like floating spot on the center of your card and there'll be no harsh lines. So I don't know about you, but I love that look, and that's something I've always struggled with other brushes. So I swirl both ways, dab some off, and I just go soft and I just start building that circle. And you can get that little highlighted circle, right? Where it just fades off and there is no harsh line. Now you could definitely use these over a stencil. You can use them like along the edge of your cardstock and you're gonna not get that harsh line. But the thing that so you can use them in other ways, right? But this little magic floating circle is something that I've always struggled with brushes, and this seems to really do a good job with. So let me get another color. Let me get a darker color. Let's get Cadet. This is one of my favorite blues. Let me show you what it's like. Look at that blue. So this is Cadet from Simon Says Stamp, positively saturated. Again, you can use whatever inks. They're just nice. They really hold nicely in the hand. It looks like it's awkward, but it's not. It really isn't. Do you use brushes or pads with distress inks? With distress inks, I usually use brushes because it's a type of dye ink. So here we go. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I love it. How do these, okay, so these are different from the Pink Fresh. This is the key difference. These are looser, these are tighter. See how these go out? This is the Pink Fresh brush, I call the magic brush. This is the Big Mama Waffle Flower brush. These are tighter, and so I feel like you can kind of get a more controlled area with this, and that way you can do the circle. Whereas these, I find, allow you to put a lighter amount down and build it up. So you see more movement with these, whereas this is tighter. So it's just for two different things. So, I mean, you can do what I just did with the Pink Fresh brushes, but there's something about these bristles being tight and the way you hold it, no harsh lines. It is a beautiful blue color. And you could like really build that color up. I kind of went light, but look I can build that up. Oh man, that's pretty. Can you do, I'm not, let's see, how do you compare? These, I'll show you how this compares to the big Altenew ones. The big Altenew ones are even bigger. Look at how far you can go with that. Oh, that's pretty. The Altenew brushes are bigger. Look at that. So this is the Altenew large brush. These are the ones, and the bristles are shorter. These are the ones that I like when I want to go like super heavy, like put a heavy amount of ink down. And because I can control it more, like I can really press it more. Does that make sense? But this one, the bristles are longer, so you get that softer edge. Okay? Yeah, there is no line with it. So I thought I would play with these. I want to show you something, and then I might make a quick card if I don't run out of time here. Let me show you. Ink swatches. I want to show you something. Mike, can you put in the chat a link to my ink swatches? One of the things, I don't know if you all know this, but I'm going to show more of the brushes. Don't worry, I'll come back with that. Okay, hold on. I'm seeing questions about the pink fresh brushes. So the pink fresh brushes, I love those for doing like a soft application of color over stencils and for blending. These, you can do the same, but you can also get more control to get into like a small area to build up that kind of floating like spot in the middle of your card. So they're both great brushes, and I think they both could be used for a variety of things. But I found with these, I'm able to get that floating look of color, which I'll make a card with in a moment. Okay, ink swatches. I don't know if anybody uses these, but I love them. Let's see. I'm just trying to find one that I know I could use the color of. Let's see. I'll do this. Okay, so these are ink swatches. I have, if you go to my website, I think Mike put in the description, there is a section where you click downloads, and they're free downloads over on my, that you can get. And one of the things that we have are these ink swatches. And we have ink swatches for all the different brands of inks. And Mike updates them every time new colors come out. They're really helpful. And it's for every ink line you can imagine. This is what I like to use. Unfortunately, my ink swatch book I've loaned out to somebody, so I don't have it, but I'm going to show you how I do my ink swatches and how I'm going to kind of change things. By the way, I agree. There are so many brushes out there and it's overwhelming. Here's what you need to remember about brushes. There are lots of good options. There aren't really bad options, right? If you have brushes that you are creating with no problem, stick with it. But if there is a situation where you're inking and you're struggling with it, it's nice to know there are different types out there, and that's what I was excited about with these. But you'll see me use them in a moment. All right, back to the ink swatches. So the way these ink swatches work is, it says it over on the side, but it first tells you to cut along from this X to the edge along each row here. And I like to use my old Fiskars trimmer for this because I can just drop the blade where I need to. But you can also use a straight edge and a craft knife. You can use scissors. You can use whatever trimmer you have. But you cut just that part. Let me get this last one. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And it looks like this. Then you cut vertically and you end up with 2x2 squares for your swatches. Let me go ahead and do these. So I'm just connecting the dot, the little slash at the top and at the bottom. So look at this. Okay. And so any inks you want, Hero Arts, Stampin' Up, Simon Says Stamp, Lawn Fawn, Tim Holtz. We've got swatches for them all. Now, these are all 2x2. The reason I like 2x2, and I wish I had my swatch book to show you, but the reason I like 2x2 is I put them in coin protector pages. Remember, I don't know, maybe some of you still do, collect coins, and they are like clear pages. Mike's gonna find a link and put it in the chat. But they're clear pages you can put in a binder, and it has 2" by 2" pockets. And these fit in those pockets. You can have a binder of all your inks. I wish I had mine out. I wish I had mine to show. But that way you can have them all together. Another thing you can do is punch a hole in the top and put them on a ring if you prefer. Yes, I have Concord and 9th. You name the ink line, Catherine Puller, we've got them all. I promise, we have them all. Yes, and there is also a editable,
Yeah.
Is that how you say it? Yep. You can edit, it's able to be edited, so you can do your own. But I'm telling you, we've got all the inks. Coin pockets, yes, the coin pocket protectors. Mike's gonna find one and put it in the comments. So, in the past, what I've done is I will stamp an image on here in that color, okay? That's what I've done in the past, but recently, as, I don't know, if you're like me, I seem to be doing more blending than I used to. Years ago, I didn't blend with inks, right? I stamped with inks. But now I feel like I do blending. So I don't want to just stamp the color. I'm going to see what it looks like blended, because you know it's a little different. So what I was thinking I'm going to switch to, and I thought I'd show you, I'm going to try to figure it out right now, and you can all help, maybe give me your opinion. And then that's what I plan to do from now on. Hang on. Okay. Doobie-doo-doo-doo. I swear I don't do doobie-doo-doo-doo when nobody's here. Okay. Waffle Flower has a ton of swatching options. You have no idea. I mean, they have how to make swatches to put on the side of ink pads. They have any kind of swatch tags, big, small, or swatch like combos that go together. They've got a ton of them, ton of swatch options. I picked the ones that I think might work for this. And the cool thing is these are all included in that 10% off sale in the Stenciling Fun collection. And that's in the YouTube description below. So I'm thinking, I used to just stamp in a particular color. Let me get this color out. I should have picked a darker color. Wait, no, pucker's pretty dark. So let me show you what pucker looks like. This is pucker. Ooh, it's a great like melony orange. Oh, Pearblossom Press is here. Is that Amanda? Hello, hello. So I used to just stamp an image, right? I would pick an image from the company. So this is Simon Says Stamp, Positively Saturated Ink. I would pick a Simon Says Stamp image, like a butterfly, something solid, and I would stamp it, okay? But I think I need to do blending. And what's cool is Waffle Flower has these available, and I think it would be perfect. Okay, so this is the Ink Swatch 1 by 1 inch stencil. So this allows you to do a 1 inch stenciled area. I could ink blend over it, or slightly smaller than 1 inch. So if you want like a little trim. But there is also a 2 by 2 option. So that's 2 by 2. This is a little smaller, so you could have a little trim. Then there's also, this is the Ink Swatch label stencil. I'm trying to decide which one I want to do. This one, it's hard to see here, but hang on. Let me get some cardstock so you can see better. Can you see it's got, so you can do like 4 colors next to each other that work well together. So if you're a swatcher, you gotta check out what Waffle Flower has. So I wanna decide, I'm thinking I'll do like a little blend and then a stamp image too. So that way I can see the color both blended and stamped. So this is the Ink Swatch label stamp. I could do like a little bit of this right along the top or the bottom, or I could do, ooh, that could be good. The 1 inch off to one side, blended, and then stamp on the other side. This is the color combos for ink pads. Or I could use this big one and maybe do it just up at the top so it's off the edge. So there's different options you can do. I think I like this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this. Let's try this. I have to decide. So I can put this wherever I want on here, right? And then I can lay down this so that there's a little, see that little window at the top? And I can do some stenciling over it. So when I get a new ink pad, I could create this. So I can, there's a few ways I could do this, right? I could do like heavy to light, or I could do it all heavy. Let's do heavy to light. So I'm gonna go kind of heavy on this side and then blend to lighter on the other. Oh man, these are easy to blend with. Wow. Oh, I'm supposed to swirl and blend. Oh, wow, that's pretty. Look at that. Oh. Yeah, you could do it off the edge. So if you like to put it up against something, I love that little white trim. Look at that. Holy moly. Okay, that was nice. Huh. Nice. Okay, then what I could do, I could come in with this color combos for ink pads. Mike, I don't know if I put this on my list. Can you look? Let's see. So put this in the corner because I could do them all here. And then I could do, I think I'll do this one. I mean, there's lots of options here. Or I could do like a circle or a heart or whatever. But I'm going to put this one like right below it. Maybe, no. Yeah, I think I'll do that. There is one, if I did the other, yeah, the other one would be the same width, so I could switch to that. So put that one down. And oh, notice, have you ever put paper on a grip mat and when you put a clean stamp in there and you close it, it picks up your paper? The new grippy mat doesn't do that. Okay, so now this is what the color will look like stamped. And I'm a double stamper, so I always ink up my swatches twice because that's what I always do. And there we go. So there, now I know what it looks like stamped and blended. So I'm thinking that might be what I do from now on. Let me do it again. Oh, another thing I like about this positively saturated ink is, look at, I just wiped it off and there's no color on my stamp. It just happens to be, it really does, that doesn't matter, but that's a perk of it. All right, so let me do, there's another option I'm considering. So you can do your swatches however you want. And let me tell you, Waffle Flower has so many different options. Like this die right here cuts 1 inch by 1 inch squares. So if you want to put cardstock swatch, I mean, they've got every option. Like this, you could do like a stamp something diagonal. I mean, you name it. They've got so many different options. Let's pick another color that I have here. Hang on. Let's do, a lot of these I know I need re-inking. Let's do Ocean. I don't know if it needs re-inking or not, but let's do Ocean. So hold on. Here's Ocean. My black inkstand. Who else is loving their black inkstand? I love it. This time I'm gonna use the smaller one because then I think it's the same size as the stamp image, the same width. Yeah. So I'm gonna put that right there. And you could do a little template for this. All right, so let's ink this up. And then I'm gonna do heavy over here. This is actually very comfortable for the hand. I'm surprised. I mean, I used it off screen before, but now I'm doing more with it. So let's do heavy over here to light. Oh, that's gorgeous color. Look at that. Isn't that great? And now I can put this back down in my corner here. Let me see if the position's still good. I switched the different side. Yep. Okay, so now I can stamp this. Get out of there, Big Mama. Okay. This one needs re-inking. I can see that already. I haven't re-inked my saturated inks in a while. Okay, there we go. That, yeah, there I like that because that is the same width as the stamp. So you can do that. You could also do like a light blend, a darker blend, and then a stamp underneath. So there's lots of room that you can do different things. But I think that's what I'm going to do. What do you think? Yeah, they have so many different swatch options. So if this isn't your jam and you like to swatch, please go look at, and here I'll show you, this cleans up really nicely. Look at that. Even Tricky Red, let me show you. I'm gonna show you on this packaging. Watch, Tricky Red, even red ink often is a big stainer, but I find that the Positively Saturated doesn't stain much. Watch that, look at that. Not much staining, which I love. Anyway, it doesn't bother me when a stamp stains, but some people are bugged by that big time. Yeah, you're happier with the same width? Yeah, that version. I could see that. Another thing, oh, I'm gonna show you another thing. And then I promise I'll move on. Let's do it with Mandarin. Okay, hold on. This is something else that I could do. I could consider doing for this. Let me do first the blend at the top. Mandarin, I gotta find my Mandarin. Thankfully all mine are organized now, Mike. Okay, so this is a fun orange color. So let me put this in my guy. And when you're swatching, be sure to wipe off your brush. You wanna see how I clean brushes? Everybody talks about how they clean brushes. This is what I do. I just rub it onto a dry cloth. I do not want to take the time to wash my brushes. I have to keep too many things clean in this house. I'm not gonna bother. No way, no way. I will not wash my brushes. If you find your bristles get stiff on any of your brushes, what I do is I just spray a little bit of water on it and then I just rub it like crazy into a dry cloth and it'll be fine. All right, so let's see. I need to pick which side I'm gonna go heavy on in each of them, but I don't need to do that right now. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at that color, that's a cool color. All right, so there I did that. Now, this is what I'm wondering. Let me think. Because some inks, Jennifer's overthinking. Staining doesn't bother me either, Jane. You know why? Because then I know I've used it. And the more we use the stamps, the better. Okay, so I'm gonna put that stamp there. This is a smaller one from that same set. And for this, I'm gonna stamp 2 times, which is my jam. I like to stamp, I'm a double stamper. I feel like if once is good, twice is better, and that's what you get. One of the things I like about Simon Says Stamp Positively Saturated inks is you can keep stamping many, many times and it just keeps getting darker, but it doesn't bleed. Some dye inks will bleed a little bit if you keep stamping over and over again. And I love that Simon's isn't that way. So I'm gonna take that same stamp, move it down, and I'm gonna stamp this 4 times. 1, 2, 3. See how it keeps, every time it gets darker. If you watch my, let's see, what video was it? 2 videos ago, it's where I used Tim Holtz. I show that, how you can, like the blue ink that I'm stamping keeps getting darker, but it doesn't bleed. Let's do another time. So look at, I was able with this to get that color and then a darker color from one pad just by stamping multiple times. So I could do it, so this is the blending, this is double stamped, this is like stamped 5 times. So that's another option. Another thing you can do with these is stamp like 4 colors that go together. I mean, there are so many things. And look at, that's still clean. That's cleaner than my fingers. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that that is another way that you can do swatching. And I think I'm gonna switch to that, where I do a little area of inking because, where's my rubbing alcohol? Oh, because when I first started doing ink swatches, I was only stamping with inks. Now I'm blending, so I feel like I need that. What cardstock do I use for my swatches? I have mentioned in videos that oh, by the way, this would be really cool too. I'm gonna do this while we talk. I've mentioned in my videos that I like to use Nina Classic Crust Solar White in 110 pound, but printers don't like 110 pounds. So what I like to do is use the 80 pound of the same cardstock to make these, because it goes through my printer better. Let me show you this. Here's grapefruit. I bored Mike, he left me. Where you going, Mike? Okay. Yeah, okay, I get it. Now hold on. Let's talk about swatching. You don't have to swatch. You don't. Some people enjoy that kind of stuff. Some people don't. Some people benefit from it. Some people don't. You've got to find what works for you and stick with that. Don't feel pressured by what, get that out of there. Don't feel pressured by what other people do. Just do what you think will work for you. What I like to do is when I get a new ink color, I go ahead and do this and put it into my little swatch book. That way I can easily find colors I need that work well together, or and also I can find colors that work well together. But not everybody likes to do that. Please know that, like, this isn't for everyone. I get that. I totally get that. Do what works for you. But I'm showing you this because swatches really help me out. So now I can use a square and stamp a square next to it, or maybe a swatch over it, or even like a shape. So that's another one. That's the 1 inch by 1 inch. So there are different options depending on what you want to do, and I just wanted to show you that. Yeah, Emerita, you're right. If you don't know if swatching is for you, do a few and see if they work for you. Hi, Libby. Hi, Diana. Somebody asked about these ink pads. These are foam ink pads. These are foam ink pads. But these brushes will work with either. I'm not usually a big foam pad inker, unless it's just a color I love, but there's something a little bit different about theirs that I've been using them lately. But I think I'm gonna go with that kind of thing. I don't know. So anyway, I thought I'd share that. And these, I wasn't gonna show this swatching stuff, but when she showed me that it was on, that she was putting it on the 10% off, I thought, you know what? I need to show that. Okay, let me do a quick card, and I'll use those brushes. No idea what I'm gonna do. What kind of I do? Let's see here. All right, I have some products from Waffle Flower. Some are new, some are old. Colleen said she'd be lost without her swatches. Yeah, everyone's different. Yeah, it's whatever works for you. My cardstock swatches and my ink swatches are a huge time saver for me. Do you have a swatch size for trading cards? I do not. Only for the coin size, the 2x2. Okay, these are, I think one of these is new, one of these is older, from Waffle Flower. I'm not sure what I'm gonna use. I think I'm gonna use the rhombus. But these are basically, so the rhombus panel die is a background die that cuts this pattern. But then there is also a rhombus texture plate that does dotting, and these line up, okay? Then there's also this older one, which gives the same effect. You got the dotting, and you can use them together or separately. Rochelle asked, do you have separate books for each company? Well, what I've done in the past is I have them separated by company, but I think what I'm going to do as I start redoing mine is do 2 swatches, because I'm crazy, do 2 swatches for each company. One that I keep all the company colors together, and one where I mix everything together in rainbow order, because I'm weird like that. Mike just was like,
Smiled.
yeah, he just smiled. Okay, I think I'm going to use the rhombus. So I die cut these off screen to get started. And I'm just going to do like a quick blending on the background. I might do both. Oh, Beth and Michelle, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Maybe, yeah, maybe I'll do, we'll see. Okay, I'm trying to figure this out. Are there any, if you have questions, let me know. I'm trying to catch them as I make something. Yeah, you love to swatch. Yeah, it's, you know, would you buy the, okay. Somebody asked would you buy reinkers? I would tell you, my advice with reinkers is it depends on the ink line. If the ink line has a foam applicator or foam pad, I recommend getting the reinkers. It just, the foam pad doesn't hold as much ink, and so you need to re-ink it more. And distress ink, I would buy the reinkers because you often use it for techniques where you want the reinkers. If it's a felt, like firm pad, I wouldn't buy the reinker until you needed it. But that's my opinion. I don't know. Everybody has a different opinion. Maybe some people in the comments can give their idea. Okay, so this is the rhombus texture die. The nice thing about this is there's no cutting or outside edge that cuts. So I can do this directly onto the front of a note card. So I'm laying my note card open, putting that on the cutting plate and running this through my die cut machine. So it's going to just do a piercing pattern, but you run it through like a regular die. Oh, Emerita's right. If you do a lot of ink blending, you may want the re-inker. But you can I don't know, you can always, like Simon Says Stamp has re-inkers for almost every company. So say you buy Hero Arts Cherry ink and you buy the ink pad. If you decide later you need the re-inker, just next time you're at Simon Says Stamp ordering stuff, just throw in the re-inker. I don't know. It's really, it's up. I don't know. I usually wait to get the re-inker. That's just me. Cynthia says she always buys them, so it's up to you. If you do cubes, you're going to have to re-ink off more often because it doesn't have as much ink in it. So here you can see, look at that piercing. Oh, I love that. And then look at this, will line up on top of it. I did white on white, but look at how cool that is. And I'm going to do a very simple card, so I thought it'd be cool to have that on there. I think so. So that's the rhombus panel die and texture plate. So let's see, I'm going to glue those together. Let me find some glue. Let me find some glue. Yeah, that's another thing. Leanne says she always buys the re-inker in case a color is retired. That sometimes happens, but I think a lot of the companies that we use often, like Gina K, Hero Arts, Tim Holtz, they're not retiring often. Like those don't get retired very often. I mean, I don't know of them retiring anything unless they completely switch ink lines, but that's pretty rare. That's pretty rare. Oh, I love the look of that dot on the front. Okay, so I'm going to put this down here. I'm going to have to trim a little bit because my note card was too big. But that's okay. Put that down. And I'm going to put something heavy on it while it dries. What is the Stenciling Fun collection? Okay, if you go to my description below, Mike, can you put the link in the chat? If you go to my description below, there is a link under the special offers. It says Waffle Flower is offering 10% off the Stenciling Fun collection. It's a collection she put together just for us today. So you got to find that link down there, and everything in there is 10% off. And in there are the grip mats, the blending brushes, and the swatching stuff that I've been talking about. Yeah, okay. Rest in peace, Marmalade. Marmalade is one color that went away. Marmalade was a color that Concord and Ninth had, in their original color release, and they retired it. And some people are very sad about Marmalade retiring, but it's rare. Stampin' Up! Does retire ink colors often. That's true. Okay, so Brianne just put a link in the chat to the Stenciling Fun collection where a lot of things are on sale. Look at that fun background. So much more interesting than just a plain background. That's why I'm doing it. And I was showing you how I can use those brushes to do like a halo in the center of the card. I thought it'd be fun to do that on top of that texture. But I don't know what color to do. I think I'll do, where's that blue? I think I'm gonna do Cadet. I'll do it on the texture and then I'll do it on plain so you can see. Scroll please. Okay, what? I don't know why it's sticking today. That's weird. Okay, so this is the rhombus.
I'll go back.
No, I'm just looking. Yeah, some people were very upset about Marmalade. I never used it, so it wasn't my jam. Okay, I'm doing Cadet.
Wait,
What?
Marmalade's not your jam?
Marmalade's not my jam. Oh, that was funny. That was funny. I made it funny and I didn't mean to. So, with these Big Mama brushes, I like to swirl in both directions and tap off, okay? Just tap off some of that extra ink. Then I'm gonna do a little halo here in the middle. Look at that. I mean, you could go super light. This would be great over a cloud stencil. And I know Waffle Flower's got a great cloud stencil if I could find mine. And look at that, I can do a little halo right at the top center, like a focal point for, to put something at the center of. Look at that. No harsh lines. And you could also, let me do another example. I'll have to save these note cards for something else. You could blend some colors. So let's do Cadet up here. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Mike, are you excited? It is a pretty blue. Simon says Stamp Audrey blue doesn't have a rinker. I would ask them. I think that's from their older ink collection. I don't know if they make those inks anymore. But I know all their Positively Saturated do. I don't think this color is going to be dark enough, but let's see. Do some ocean there. And then let's do some green. I know my greens need to be ranked, but that's okay. I made a jam joke. I didn't even mean to. That's pretty sad. Okay. Look at that. Like this, just like, I'm gonna go, I think I need to go farther out because I have 3 colors. I'm gonna do more color. Let's see, let me go farther out. You wish you knew how to put colors together. Okay, Brenda, colors. When you want to blend colors together, think about colors that are close to each other on the rainbow. Colors that are close to each other on the rainbow will blend better together. This ocean needs to be re-inked. So, like, for this, I did green, teal, and blue because those go together well. You could do just green and blue, and when you overlaps, you'll get that teal. But it's better than doing like yellow and purple, because where those overlap won't always be great. When you say scroll, please, what do you mean? Jane, that is me asking my brother to scroll the comments, because for some reason they keep getting caught up and I'm not seeing the new stuff. So that's my apology, that's us. Okay, so there we go. You can do a beautiful blend of different colors as a halo in the background, like a sweet spot on your card, and just put like your focal point there. But on this one, I'm gonna do it over the texture and see what happens. This is what I wanted to try.
Is there a stamp you use with some of the swatching? Asked about
look at that. Oh, hold on. Look what's happening here. It picks it up on that raised area. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna add more ink. The stamp set that I was using for swatching is called Color Combos for ink pads. That's what I was using. But really, if you have in your stash like a basic shape, you can use that too. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's fun. Ooh. Isn't that fun? Oh, that's pretty. Okay, and then I'm gonna put something at the focal point there. But I gotta figure that out first. Let me show you what I'm thinking. I kind of thought this through. You all know that if you've watched my lives before, you know I'm a big fan of Waffle Flower's postage collage collection. It's a postage collage background die in different sizes, and there are different stencils that line up with it. So you can do lots of different things, and I've done so many videos with it. I wanted to do something different today, and they've recently come out with an open book collection with different stencils that work with it. So I'm going to show you those. So let's see. This is the open book trio die set, and it creates these 3 books. And then I have all these linked below if you want to see a better look at them. But there are, oh, here's the new cloud one. Hold on, let me show you. Squirrel. This is the new cloud stencil, cloudy stencil. Oh, maybe I have to do a cloud later. Look at that. I like it. I'll have to do that later. Let's see, there are a few different, I gotta find them all. I thought there was one more. There is one more. Where is it though? Hold please. These are the different things I want to use. I only see 2 of them. There is another one, but these are stencils that line up on here to put things in the book. So this one's the birthday one. So you can see this does birthday images in the open book dies. So it coordinates with it. Then this one is the open book trio butterfly. And so this does butterflies and flowers inside of the book. And then there's another one, which I can't find right now, but it's like fall images. And I like that there's different things that work with the dies. I think for my card, I'm not actually going to use the dies, but or the stencils, but I wanted to show you. So that's how they work. So like this stencil right here will line up with the pages on that book. And you just do the different stencils. And she numbers them nicely so you can see it, but it works with the bigger die cut here. Now, that is the open book trio die set, and that's what I'm going to use today. I thought a book right here would look really nice. I'm going to do a very clean and simple card. I want to make it for a friend of mine who has been really helpful to me lately. So I'm making it with somebody in mind. But if you want a bigger book, a while ago they had the open book die. This was the original one. And there's a bigger book with images that go in it. But that's from a while back. It works great. But I want a smaller one because I want it to kind of float in this little sweet spot that we did. Deborah asked, will there be more stencils later? My guess is yes, because that's the way Waffle Flower rolls. They are really good about making sure that there are multiple options to go together with a product. So it's not like you get something that's a one-time thing. Then while I'm here showing you the book stuff, I want to show you some of the other things they have. They have these bookmarks. So the bigger bookmark would open with this open book die, and you can make a bookmark and stamp these different sentiments on it. Okay. There's also smaller bookmarks that work on here. So you can add a cute little bookmark, and there are little sentiments here, like hugs that you can stamp on little bookmarks. And I love the tassels. Aren't those tassels fun? Then here are some things that you can stamp on the pages of your book, like you're one for the books, we're bound together, thanks for being in my story, lots of different things here. And then there is, of course, a punny sentiment set that goes with it. So I really like the one that says, thanks for being part of my story, and that's what I want to use today. Okay. I'm just catching up here. So this is the open book stuff from Waffle Flower. It's all linked below in the new release. If you look for Waffle Flower new release, it's there. So I thought, now remember, this die here, they have, there are stencils that you can do to color the pages, right? I just showed you the butterflies and the flowers and the birthday stuff. but I'm not going to use those. Instead, I'm going to use these dies that make it look like there's writing on the page. And I'm going to make a really simple card with that little halo of color in the background. Because I knew I wouldn't have much time left after showing all the different things. Yeah, Waffle Flower is really good about showing a lot of options. I think I'm going to do my book. I think I'm going to do Cosmic Sky from Spellbinders. I have a scrap here. I know that color when I see it. This is, no, that's not it. Hold please. Cosmic Sky from Spellbinders. Here it is. I could tell. Spellbinders cardstock is super heavyweight and super smooth, so I can tell what it is. But their Cosmic Sky, I really like. It's like it's a navy, but it's a bright navy. And I think a book in this floating on here would be nice. Another color that would be similar would be the Lawn Fawn, oh dear, Blue Jay. It's a similar color. Yeah, I do like that when you ink over that, the raised diamond pattern grabs the ink more, and then the little dots grab the ink more too, so you see it more. Oh, and yes, my nails do match. I do like the book puns. Here, I'll put it here if you want to read some of them. I like the red E to celebrate you. I like that one. It goes well with the birthday stencils. One page at a time. Grateful for this chapter with you, but I really like the thanks for being part of my story. In fact, they came out with a bunch of book theme stuff a while back, and there's some sentiments in there that would be really good with these too. So, and you might have stuff in your stash too that would work. Yeah, I like that. I've always been a fan of piercing background dies, but I really like it with the die that lines up on top and then that inking there. Why is that in there? Anyway, so I cut 2 from the Cosmic Sky. Should I do my pages white or cream? White or cream? I'll do both and then we can vote. The perfect cream color, I'll show you, is Spellbinders Alabaster. You're looking for a nice cream. It's not, here's white and here is, this is white. This is Spellbinders Alabaster. Can you see it's like a little creamy, but it's not yellowy. It's just a little creamy. Okay. All right, can you see the difference? So I think I'm gonna do, I don't know that I'm gonna like that on there. I think I want white. I'm with you. Well, let me try white. People are all disagreeing. That's how it usually goes. Mike, do a vote.
Okay.
Should I make the pages of my book white or cream? And I will do what the people say. Maybe. The alabaster color is great. I struggled with creams before in the past, but these I really like. What happened there? I don't know what I did there. Anyway, it's okay. It's gonna get cut off. Yeah, like Meredith just said, she got a pack of cream cardstock and it looks yellow. I'm with you. I don't like that. I like, I mean, sometimes like a super light yellow is nice, but I wanted like a cream that isn't yellow, and that's the alabaster. I really like that. Is there a poll?
Yeah.
Okay, Mike put a poll at the top of the chat. Should I do white pages or the cream? I'll put the white here. There's white. I'll do the alabaster just to show you. You could do coffee stained edges to age it. Yeah, this would be fun for like a vintagey kind of look too. All right. But in the meanwhile, this is gonna be a simple card. When I make simple cards, especially, I like to stack for dimension so it pops up. Oh, stop. Okay, so there's my book. Oh, that's so cute. And remember, if you want a bigger book, this one even has faux has a little piercing on the inside edge. Yes, you could ink blot around the edges. That would be nice too. What color do people say?
White.
White, by how much?
68%.
68%. Well, I'll show you what the alabaster looks like. Okay, so there is the alabaster. Yeah, I don't like that. It's just such a bold, yeah, I like the white. Sorry, but you could. Or you could ink blend the edges. I don't think I'm going to, but you could. Remember, it's nice that there are options. So this, oh, this is good. So this, I wanted to know which side it goes on. On the back, it's engraved left. So I know it goes right there. And this one's engraved right. Nina is great. Nina puts a lot of notes on her stencils too. Like it'll say, do the medium shade here or whatever. I feel like Nina and Waffle Flower and Altenew and Concord and Ninth really put a lot of thought into how to make their dies really usable in a creative way. Yeah, I do think alabaster would look good if the background wasn't white. I agree. All right, look at this. So it looks like little lines. I like that. The other option is, remember this stamp set? This is the Open Book Trio Sentiments. I could stamp that onto the pages or some of these sentiments, but I just wanted it to be a little interest in the background. I think I'm gonna make mine fold up. Yeah, I am. Mike's like, whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna glue these together because I like dimension, but you do not need to glue all these together. You could do pages, like that flip, but I think I'm just gonna make it one. So I'm gonna do, let's see here. I'm gonna put a glue right down the center, and then, hold on, Jennifer's overthinking. Yeah, oh, edges in gold. You folks have good ideas. You guys read the comments because there's always good ideas in the comments. I think what I'm gonna do is a little bit, let's see if this works. It may not. This is Altenew foam tape. It comes in 2 different thicknesses and 3 different widths. This is the thickest and the thinnest width. Oh, that's cool. Like that. Look at that. So see how it's, look at that. It's a book, Mike.
Nice.
Are you excited, Mike?
Very.
I'm going to trim this so he doesn't care. Mike is into pinball stuff. He just bought another one. It's in our garage. We haven't had time to, we haven't found big muscle men to bring it down to our basement. There are no muscle men in this house. Sorry. He got Jaws. Look at that. Okay. So you could put things on that page, but I'm not going to. And remember those stencils, just so you can see it again, like these stencils, you can put like pictures on the pages instead. But I just like that. I've got something on my desk, some ink on my desk here. Okay, so I thought that would look nice right there. This is gonna be a super simple card. I think I might put a bookmark though, because, yeah, I think I want a bookmark. Because I like the tassels. Or maybe I'll just put a real string on it. I don't know. First, okay, so what I'm thinking is I'm thinking about the person this card's going to. Very simple would be best. This card is going to a guy, and his name's Ricky. So I'm going with colors I think would work well for him. Okay, so I'm putting, I think a red heart at the center would be good. So I could do all the other stuff. You could do, ooh, teacher card, Mike. You know what would be good? A good teacher card would be this book. Put an apple, die cut apple in the center. That would be fun. I love it. Okay, so there we go. I thought a red heart would look nice in the middle. Yeah. Okay, so that red heart, let me show you what that paper's from. Mike, you might need to add this to the supply list. I've been using these in every video. This is Spellbinders Treasured Cardstock. Comes in some different colors, including gold, silver, and white. But what's nice about it is this is the ruby one. It has different metallic cardstock or specialty cardstocks. I'm using the matte metallic, but there's brushed, mirror, pearl, and glitter in that color. So I used the matte red ruby for that heart. I've been using that, or these treasured cardstocks on every card lately. Now, I want to just show you. I don't know if I want, oh, look at that. I could do thanks across it or a sentiment strip. Let me cut the sentiment strip and you can give me options. I might add a bookmark. This, thanks for being part of my story, is going to go on the inside, okay? So let me show you the options. First of all, I have here the thanks. See that thanks? It is from this set that's called Script Greetings. It has hello, hugs, miss you, love you, thanks. And then there are coordinating dies. And I like that because look at how thin it is going across, like it doesn't block much, but it's different from a sentiment strip. So that's one. That is the Script Greetings stamp set and matching dies. The other option I have, and I'll cut it so I can show you, is from this. This is an older one. This is the Butterfly Trio. It has the 3 butterflies. Then it has You Are Loved, Thank You, Friend, Sending Hugs. And I wanted to show you, look how nice that Sending Hugs cuts out. Isn't that nice? So Sending Hugs could work here, but I thought it might cover too much. That right there would look good, but I want that heart in there. And I don't want to do a bigger heart. But that is a nice one. I could put it down here, but look how nice that cuts out. And that is from the Butterfly Trio. I think that's too big, but I'm going to try this Thank You from the Butterfly Trio. So let me cut this into a sentiment strip and you guys can choose for me. I like the script too, but I want to show you because you can help me choose. I cut that a little too short. Oh, that's kind of boring, isn't it? What do you think? Mike, can you have them vote? Sentiment strip or script thanks? This would also look really nice in, I could do the script in the same color as the book, but white heat embossing on it. But I'm going to stick with that if we do it. So either the script or the strip. Now you could put it underneath. I mean, that would look nice too. But in my mind, I have it set that I want it right across it. So I'm going to stick with that. Yeah, Stamptember is going on, isn't it? You can vote at the top of the chat. Stamptember is going on. Today was my favorite of all the Stamptember collaborations. It's the Hero Arts Snowy and Bright, and I put up a video at noon. Be sure to watch it because it's just a cute little set. It's a little different, and I have a fun technique. So if you're bored tonight, like if you have no life like me, you can go watch it. It's a short video. I think it's only like 20 minutes long. Go Jennifer. But that will probably sell it quickly. Script. People, what are people saying?
Let me go back and look.
Some people like it underneath. Okay, script. All right, my next question. So it's script. Do you want script on the book or below the book? Actually, it's kind of good. Just stop. Play with us, Mike, here. Yeah, another one. He could deal. Let's see. Let's try. I might do a bookmark.
Where are the options?
Should the thanks go on the book or below the book? I might like below. Let's see. I'm going to pick out a blue cardstock for a bookmark. It's not up to me?
No.
Nope. Who's it up to? Them?
Yes, it is.
It is up to them. Okay. Hang on, I'll be back. I'm picking out a blue cardstock. Let's see. That's what I want. That'd be nice. Oh, everybody's going to have a different opinion. Let me see what a bookmark would look like on there. That might look cute. The little tassel. On the book, but below the heart. That's what Cindy... Oh, that's good too. We'll vote for that next. What's winning? On the book or below the book?
Whoa, it's close. Below the book.
Below the book is 55. Here's the thing. People often ask why I put my sentiments on top of things. I do that because For me, the sentiment's the most important thing on the card, and I want it to be on the focal point as opposed to kind of floating on its own. Like I wouldn't put it down here. Right up against it is okay, but I'm going with, was that Cindy? Who was it that said, I like that? Who said that? Was that, scroll back a little bit and put her name up there. Who said that? Was it Cindy? Keep going.
What are you looking for? Yeah.
Somebody said, on the book, was it Sharon? On the book, but below the heart. Whoever said that, I like that. I like it like that.
Dana's here.
Dana's here. Hi, Dana. I owe you a text. Thank you for the nice text you sent me.
Okay. Yeah.
Sharon, you're the winner. I'm ignoring everything else because I like your idea. Sharon, if you go to my website and email me through my website your address, I'll send you a card because I like your idea.
Let's see.
I like that. Hold on, I'll show you. I'm trying to decide if I want to do a bookmark. Look how cute this little bookmark is. I could do a bigger one, but I don't think I want a bigger one. And I can do a little tassel, or I could just do a little string. Let's see what a little string looks like on there. Got this silver string here.
Well,
hi, Victoria.
below the book, 53%.
Below the book was 53. Okay, hold on.
No.
I'm going with this. Sharon wins because I liked her idea. Cindy said it too. Okay, Cindy and Sharon said it. Both of you, you can email me and I will send you both a card because you're both, Cindy and Sharon, Cindy Nelson and Sharon are brilliant. Let's see. Where can I find the swatches? The downloads, the free downloads, you can go over to my website, the free ink swatch downloads, and right at the top you'll see like a drop down menu and you choose free downloads and all the swatches are there for all the companies.
And let us know if we miss any or they're out of date.
Yeah, Mike tries to keep up with it, but you can always let us know. There's some really nice people out there that will tell us if like Stampin' Up! Changes or has new inks because I don't use their ink, so I don't know.
Or if you got one that we need to add. Pink and Maine was suggested. So.
Oh, Pink and Maine inks, they're great.
I'll be updating those.
I don't think I want the bookmark, but you could do a bookmark in there. I really want this to be simple. I like the tassel because I made some graduation cards where I made a tassel and that's really thick. So I prefer, you couldn't find it. Okay, hold on. Let me look. Dar, if you go to my website, right at the top it says features. And you put your mouse, like your little arrow on features, and a drop down shows up and downloads is there. I don't think I'm going to do the bookmark. I want this to be simple. So I'm keeping it simple. Okay, hold on. I'm going to put a heart right at the center. Well, center up a little bit. No, but yeah, I'm nixing the bookmark. But the bookmark's cute, isn't it? I just don't think I need it for what I'm doing. Oh, come on, don't go curvy. There, oh, look at that. You know, some things are just best simple. So I'm gonna put glue on the edges and then let me glue my book down first. So the book right there and that, look at that little halo of color around it. Isn't that great? And then I'll put this just floating on it. Make sure, oh, I don't have enough glue there. So it's going to take a while to dry, but that little bit of glue is all it'll take. I can't pick it up just yet, but look at that. See? Simple. Sometimes simple's good, and look at all that dimension. Now, this bad boy, I would probably put in a padded envelope because I put so much dimension. I mean, look at that. And I don't want it to get creamed in mail, but you could probably put it in a rigid mailer. Isn't that pretty? But I forgot, I have that sentiment I want to put on the inside. This is the Inside Sentiments Book Lover.
Somebody asked the size.
Size of what?
The new brushes.
Oh,
about 4 3/4 by 1 1/4.
These are about 4 3/4 by 1 1/4. Mike got out a tape measure. Okay, I don't want to open that right now to stamp on the inside, so I'm going to stamp. I'm going to, hang on. Ooh, let me get a piece of cardstock here. I'm going to put a light blue piece of cardstock on the inside, not that color. That color doesn't look good. Let's try one of these. Hold, please. Yeah, that would look nice on the inside. Oh, I'm going to cut it with a specialty die. I'm going to use a Waffle Flower A2 piercing die. This will make it a little more interesting on the inside. So let me show you. Hang on, let me cut it and then I'll show you it. I think that's too bright. I'm just going to do it from white. The purple's too, or the blue's too bright on the inside, I think. White would be good. White on white's always good. I got a little bit of liquid glue on my red metallic cardstock. All you have to do is let that dry, and then I just take a little bit of rubbing alcohol on my finger and wipe it off. It'll come right off. Or you can just use a little bit of water. Okay, so I used the A2 piercing die from Waffle Flower, which gives these wonderful, hold on, detail on a rectangle. And I'm going to have that on the inside of my card. And that piercing on the inside will match the piercing pattern on the outside. I don't know, I feel like a lot of times we spend so much time on the front of our card that we forget to make the inside a little special. Watch this, it'll stick right on here. Look at that. Hold please, yeah, I'm a mess. We all know this. Don't we all know this now? It'd be fun to have a little heart on the inside too. I might do that. I'm gonna move this up. I'll show you where my hearts are from. Do that there. Stamp this with black. I'm using Altenew Obsidian Black Pigment Ink. It's my go-to black. I always use it unless I want to do any kind of coloring. Then I use Gina K Amalgam Obsidian Black. Okay, so there's that. And then I used, for my heart on the front here, this I cut with Christina Werner's Christina's Essential die set. And there are lots of different hearts in here. And also some nice rectangle dies and stuff. I use this die set a lot. In fact, I got it out today because I'm going to stick it onto my magnetic sheets in my cabinet so I can find it often. I think I'm going to use these hearts because then I don't have to fish in here whenever I want these hearts. There are so many different size and shape hearts, and I'm heart picky. So I'm going to cut this from a scrap of that ruby colored. I know I have scraps because I've used this a lot. So I've got the, ooh, sorry if I hit my mic. This is a little scrap. I save all my scraps. I don't use them a lot in videos because I try to keep my videos clean, but I do use my scraps. Oh, I've gone over. I got carried away. Yeah, insides, it's up to you. You can decorate the inside with things, but I usually keep the inside pretty simple so I can write a message, have room for a personal message on the inside. But you can do little things to kind of tie it together like I'm doing here. So I've got a little heart here. I'm not one for writing a lot on the inside of cards. I'm not good with words, so usually I keep it very simple. Now I got a little glue right here, Gina K Connect. What I do is I just let that dry, and once it's dry completely, I'll come in with my adhesive eraser from Pink and Main, and that will go away. It'll erase it. Okay, so that I think is good for the inside. I think that thanks is glued enough. So see how nice that looks on the inside? Let me close that. Put something heavy on it while it dries. And then I've got that little bit of glue on my heart. I'm going to remove. I've got a little baby wipe here. That'll do it. Yep, it's gone. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, I always get carried away. I'm sorry. I've had a rough few weeks. And this is actually the best I've felt in a while. So thank you all for being here. I always feel better when I go live. Oh, and somebody asked, Christina is coming. I mentioned Christina's coming to my house next weekend.
Then or the weekend after?
Next weekend, the 13th.
Okay.
She doesn't know it yet, but we will be going live together. We will. I'm thinking on the Tuesday. I'm thinking that's what we're going to do. I got to clean up. But look at this. You could add gems, but I'm not thinking I want gems for this. Instead, hold on. Bless you. Bless you. Mike is sneezy. Bless you. Gosh, what is that? Look at that. See, interesting, right? With a white envelope, it'd be okay, but with a red envelope, boom. See? So there we go. So look at that little halo of color that we easily got with those blending brushes. So those are the background blending brushes from Waffle Flower. And you will be seeing me use them in videos. So for me, I'll be using these. These are nice because the bristles are tight. So good for getting like this halo of color. They'll be good over stencils too, because I noticed that when I was doing my swatches, but I need to do some more practicing with them. Everybody's saying bless you.
Yeah, thank you.
But they really are comfortable. They really are comfortable. I like the simplicity of it too. Isn't that fun? But there are certain things that we did to this that step it up, right? The metallic heart, I think, steps it up. The dimension steps it up. And then that halo of color over the texture. Now, you could have put it just onto that, and that'd be perfectly fine. But I think it really steps it up to have that texture in the background, right? And it didn't take much time. Somebody asked, can you scroll back a little bit? There was a question just really good. Well, where to go? Oh, can you link to the Nina 80 pound? We can do a link, but it's when you do look for Nina cardstock, you want to look for Nina Classic Crest Solar White. You have to have those words in it. It is a cover weight cardstock, so it'll be heavier. Nina cardstock that's index weight is not what you want. You do not, if it has the word index in it, do not get it. It's cheaper, but it's not as good. You want Nina Classic Crest Solar White. I usually use 110 pound, but you can also use 80 pound. There we go. So you could really do a lot to jazz this up, but I think it's good. Here, I can remove this adhesive now. I think it's good without adding anything else. There we go. Oh, I got a fingerprint or something over there. Always got fingerprints everywhere. This is my solution for fingerprints, a sanding block. There we go. There we go. And then with the red envelope, just perfect. So there you go. Okay, so this is all Waffle Flower stuff. Remember that the Stenciling Fun collection is 10% off with my exclusive code. That includes the brushes, that includes the swatching stuff I showed you, and it includes the grip mat that I showed you. And you just saw me stamp here, in here, and the cardstock stayed on the grip mat. It didn't come off with the grip mat, or with the stamp. So that's definitely a perk of the grippier mat. But if you have a grip mat that you are happy with, you are good. Yeah, it's good for a guy card, I think. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Waffle Flower, they're good people. They're really good people. I've said it before in lives, they're really good people. So thank you, Nina, for doing that. I don't know if she's still watching or not. I've been on here a long time. So again, at the top of the YouTube description, there is a link that has the word live in it. If you click that, open up to new page. All of the special offers and things I've talked about are at the top. Below that are thumbnails for the different products I use. Is the scripty thanks in the video description? It may not be. Mike, can you? It might not be in the video. It's called Script Greetings. Okay. But we'll add it to the thumbnails on that live page. Envelopes. This is a Simon Says stamp envelope that I have here. I like, for colored quality envelopes, I have a few sources. It works fine. It works fine in this envelope, even though there's dimension. I like Simon Says stamp envelopes. I like Gina K envelopes. Those are nice, good quality, thick envelopes. Tailored Expression has good envelopes. Altenew and Concord and Ninth have envelopes that match their lines. not all colors, but quite a few. And then if you want like an obscene amount of color choices, and also A6 and 5x7 cards and pockets. I don't know the people there, but I have given them quite a bit of my money, and I've always been happy with the orders I've gotten. Very nice quality, so many colors. I mean, it's for people who are doing weddings and invitations, but that's where I get my A6 and 5x7 envelopes. But this red one is Simon Says Stamp. Probably Schoolhouse is my guess. Is the Hammermill 80-pound cardstock lightweight. There is only one Hammermill cardstock that I recommend, and Mike will add it to the end of the supply list on that live page.
Yeah, finding it's kind of hard.
Finding it is tricky. You know what, I will...
Unless you have it.
Let me see if... I'll add it into the chat right now, because there are different types of Hammermill, and not all 100-pound cardstocks are the same. They are all very different, so you want to make sure you get the right one. Okay, I found. I will put it in the chat right now. This is the one that is good, Hammermill. But I will say, even though it is 100-pound, I think, even though it's 100-pound, it's not as thick, nearly as thick as the 110-pound Neenah Classic Crest, because there's more to it than just the pounds. There's also the GSM. It's complicated, but I do recommend that you get the link from a crafter who knows which ones work and which ones don't. It just is, then you don't end up buying the wrong thing. All right. Bristol cardstock is good too. Hammermill is very, Annette, Hammermill is very smooth. It's smoother than Neenah, so it is really good for like foiling and blending. I don't use it for card bases because for me it's not heavyweight enough, but that's just my personal opinion. But a lot of people swear by it. It does have a lower price point too. The rectangle piercing die that I used was the A2 piercing rectangle dies from Waffle Flower. That's what I used for the inside of my card here. They have them in 2 sets, which has like offset sizes, so you can get them the 2 sets and have layering. It's really cool, but I use these quite a bit. I'd rather cut with a rectangle die with piercing detail than just a regular rectangle die. It's a little more interest, right? Paper is complicated. Yeah. Okay. Anything else here? Also, Hammermill is what people use a lot for foiling, but keep in mind Spellbinders just came out with their color wheel cardstock line that is designed to be smoother, so it works also for foiling really well. What is the color difference between Hammermill and Neenah? I'll show you. I have Hammermill and I have Neenah right here. You can't really see a difference. Oh dear, come on, focus, focus. This is Hammermill, this is Neenah. I don't see a difference. Hammermill, Neenah, no difference. Accent, which was one that we used a long time ago, but the price went up. It might be down now. See if I can find a swatch of that. That had a little color to it. I don't even know if I have any left. I don't think I have any left. I think I used it all. Hold on, I'm trying. Oh no, this is Accent. Accent has like a little bit of a gray tint to it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. So this is Hammermill, this is Neenah, this is Accent, which is a really heavyweight, inexpensive cardstock, but you can see it has like a little bit of a gray tint to it. Yeah, Neenah and Hammermill are really close. Neenah, I would say Hammermill is a little bit smoother. Neenah is heavier weight. What paper for swatching? Michelle, I recommend using whatever white cardstock you usually use, because that's what you want the color to look like. The Fiskars trimmer that I use. Yeah, I will add that to the live page. Mike, can you add that to supply list? It's the, I don't know what it's called, but it's this one. Oof. I only use it for my swatches, really. I used to use it all the time, but I like Tim's trimmer better. Staples sells Hammermill, but one needs to pay attention when you order. Yes, I've never seen in an office supply store the Nina that we like. Never have seen it there. You got to get it online. The hammer mill that's in office supply stores is usually not the right one. So I would just go with one of your favorite crafters, what they link to, because they're going to make sure you get the right thing. The frame die, Deborah, is the A2 piercing dies from Waffle Flower. And we're adding that to the supply list. The thing is when we add things to the supply list, it doesn't fit in the YouTube description, so you need to go to that live link that's at the top of the description. When you refresh that, it'll be in the thumbnails at the bottom. It's tricky, but it's the only way to do it. Yeah, Accent does have a, yeah, Lisa's right. Lisa said she went cheap and you shouldn't have. I'm telling you, with cardstock, white cardstock, all cardstock, I feel like you're going to get better results and waste less cardstock if you get the good quality stuff. It does make a huge difference in your blending, your stamping, everything. So, I mean, it's just like anything else, right? My nails, they're Empress nails from the Color FX line. I don't know, there's only one blue. I don't know what it's called. But there's a link in the description to the Empress, or Impress nails, sorry. Okay. Okay. Yeah, don't try to save money with cardstock. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's it. Oh, hold on. PB said for lighter card weights, some people like to have cardstock for layering. They call it layering weight cardstock. For all that layering on a card, it doesn't need to be thick. I don't like to have like 10 different white cardstocks to keep track of, so I just use one for everything, pretty much. Gina K has wonderful white cardstock, wonderful. As Alicia says, you get what you pay for. Okay. All right, I think that's it for today because I've gone over. Oh, giveaways. Crud, Mike's right. What was I giving away? I was going to give away, oh.
Try to whisper that in case you don't have any.
I do have giveaways. I do. I'm going to do a few things. Hold, please. We're going to have, Mike, can you, okay. I'm going to pick the giveaways. For your chance to win a giveaway, just leave a comment in the chat. If you've left comments, you're eligible. Mike's gonna, in a couple minutes, pick out 3 winners. Where did my brushes go? Oh, here they are. I'm gonna do 3 giveaways. Excuse my head. Okay, here are my 3 giveaways, because I'm feeling generous, because my mom is bringing over my favorite meal tonight. Okay. These are the 3 giveaways I'm doing. One person's going to get the Pearblossom Press A7 Tea Ruler. One person's going to get the cream background blenders, the Big Mamas, from Waffle Flower. And one person, I will order for you a Crafty Advent calendar and have it sent to you. Because I'm not giving you mine. I'm not crazy. I'm keeping mine. But so those are the 3 things. I ship international if it's allowed. I don't know what the deal is right now. They can't ship to us, but we can. I don't know what it is.
There can be difficulties. If it's over a certain amount, then the receiver who gets it will have to pay duty. That's starting to happen.
Yeah, so just we do what we can.
We pick random, we don't know.
We pick random, we don't know where you are, but if you are somewhere we can't ship to for some reason, I'll give you like a gift card to a shop, a crafting shop of the equal value or something. So there are 3 winners that we'll pick. So one person gets the Pearblossom Press A7 Tea Ruler, one person gets the background blenders and cream, and one person gets the Crafty Advent Calendar. All this is linked below, and if you missed the beginning of my live, because I've gone on way too long, it's all at the beginning. All right, Mike, do you have some winners?
I'm working.
He's still working on it. He's still working. If you have some questions, let me know. What is my favorite meal for my mom? My mom is just picking it up. There is a Thai restaurant on the other side of town called Lulu's, and it is a yellow curry dish. And I never get it anymore because it's on the other side of town, but she's coming from our old church, which is over there, and she can pick it up on the way. Looking, any other questions? Yeah, I like to do giveaways because, hey, you know, not all of us can buy new supplies, so it's fun to give some things away. Any questions? You can also leave comments. Mike's picking. How close are you, Mike?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, we have 3 winners. Okay, who's the winner of the tea roller?
The person I picked, Joan, L-U-C-H-T.
Joan, L-U-C-H-T. Locked, maybe?
Yeah.
Joan. Go to my website,
Sorry,
email me
I-
through my website and your address, and we'll get that to you.
I will put all these in the description when we're done, in the YouTube description.
Somebody asked, background blenders you can use on ink cubes. What I do is just make sure you go work the entire brush, all the bristles onto it, and you'll be fine. The background blenders go to
Barb McCarthy.
Barb McCarthy. Barb McCarthy gets the background blenders. And then Crafty Advent Calendar. Hold on. Marcel, I put up, I think it was Marcel. Somebody asked about the Secret Garden class. It is on their Facebook page and in their Alta New Academy. It's been up for months. Okay. Crafty Advent Calendar. Who gets that?
Leanne Pardee. P-A-R-D-E-E.
Leanne Party. You get the Advent Calendar. And if you are afraid you missed your name, we'll add those to the description below so you can check. To those 3 people, please go to my website and email us your address. We'll send these your way. Okay? Okay. I went longer. I thought I would go shorter today.
And I pinned the winners on here too, so you'll see.
There you go.
Pinned.
So you should be able to find it. All right. Thank you all for being here. As for when I go live again, I think I'm going live Tuesday afternoon, probably 3 on Tuesday. But if you want to find out when I'm going live, because I don't go by a schedule, sorry, that just doesn't work for me. If you go to my website, at the top, there is a button, an orange button that says e-news sign up. If you click that, you can scroll down and there's a place to sign up for texts. I always text like a half hour within going live so that you will know when I'm going live. I don't abuse the number, don't worry. Another thing you can do is join my Share Handmade Kindness Facebook group because I let people know in there. I'm terrible about letting you know anywhere else. Those are pretty much the only ways. So probably Tuesday at 3. I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for being here. Mike, are you ready?
Am I ready to end?
Yeah, sometimes he's not ready. I thank you for being here and cheering me up, and I hope you have a wonderful Saturday. Take care.